Hey everybody, welcome back to another What's the Formula. I decided to drop another one today. So he wasn't in the Royal Rumble, and he recently just had a match against Seth Rollins. And now you can't get him exactly 100% unless you have the, I want to say maybe older Mattel basic figure of him, and maybe shave down the head piece. But I kind of wanted more of his WWE World Champion looking run, and for a while there, it looked like it was not possible. But then um, Muhammad Ali came out, and it opened up the world for a couple of different people. One being Ultimate Jinder Mahal. Now you could go with the yellow if you wanted to. I went with the gray at the time because I had a spare gray one, and using just the Ultimate Muhammad Ali torso. I switched out the arms to give him his more bulky arms. Of course, he loses the double, jointed arms. You could technically keep the Muhammad Ali arms, I guess, if you wanted to, if you didn't care about the. But he has longer black wrist tape. And I think Muhammad Ali doesn't come with any wrist tape, or maybe white, if I remember correctly. So if you can look at it though, you can't really tell the difference. I mean, it's a lower torso of lower half of Jinder Mahal. It's the head from it'd be from his yellow one, not the one from the SmackDown ring. Remember, you had to buy a whole SmackDown ring to get this attire and this Jinder Mahal. And of course, he's a former WWE champion. It did happen. Can't deny that. And so when I build Ultimates, I try to always find world champions, which I didn't build him, but I did score a DDP Ultimate. Somebody found a way to Dremel down the arms on the standard elite to where they fit inside the ultimate. Snugly, they're posable, playable, all that good stuff. Gave me a good deal on it. It is from his WWE run, so it's got like his it's me smile kind of gimmick thing going on. But still, I was ecstatic for it because we lost that chance when we didn't get the crowdfunder. So here is the formula to build a Jinder Mahal Ultimate if you want an Ultimate of Jinder Mahal. The bulkiness I feel like is there. Of course, um, if I'm trying to think. There's nobody else with this dark of a complexion that has like the more Batista. Maybe not Batista's too light, but obviously if you wanted that more ripped part, you'd have to obviously get some paint out, match up the colors, paint it however you want. But again, I don't specialize in that. I specialize in taking parts, looking at all the library of elites and all the body parts and all the figures I have, putting together with no paint. This did require, of course, obviously cutting the torso, taking the torso off Muhammad Ali, gluing the four pieces in the back, carefully setting it. But if you look closely, though, you don't really see, like, this one really set really well. In fact, if I remember correctly, this one, the Muhammad Ali torso comes apart very nicely with a little bit of hot water, a little bit of patience, and just very fine tuning of the X-Acto knife, just slowly cutting through. Don't yank and do it, and then just taking a small little screwdriver and popping it on both sides. Then just pulling the piece off. If I remember correctly, I think three of the things didn't come out or didn't break with it. So when I put the glue in the little holes and plopped it back in there, it smoothed out perfectly. And I mean, he's fully playable. You can do the Colossus. You can there's no rattling sound. This is perfect. So that's the formula if you want to build your very own ultimate Jinder Mahal. And I want to thank the one person who hated my videos so far. I got my first hater already at only 102 subscribers, so off to a good start, I feel like. Hopefully, though, you're enjoying these. I'm seeing people looking at them. Hopefully, if you're using the formulas, hey, more power to you. Obviously, I'm building mine before I start releasing a lot of other information because I know that ever since I started mentioning the Austins and how many people you can build with Austin, he's shot up in value. So I've needed about 3 or 4 more, and then maybe I'll buy a few more just to kind of have stored away because he's going to become very pricey if people start taking on to this idea. Again, though, I should have put this out there. You are using a very sharp X-Acto knife or box cutter. Make sure to get protective gloves. If you watch my how to crack the torso video or how to swap an elite to an ultimate, wear those kind of gloves. Don't take the risk of slicing open your fingers or your hand or anything like that, or losing a thumb. any of that kind of stuff. So be very careful with it. The best thing to do is heat it up with hot water, put it in the microwave for 5 minutes, put them in there, let them soak for like 30 seconds. If you let them soak longer than that, they do become really wobbly, which sometimes is good because you can pry this open. But the problem is then nothing kind of cracks. It does pry open, and then you can put it back in there. Like I know with my Cody Rhodes conversion, I left it in there too long. I was able to pull the whole thing off, and then I realized I didn't break nothing on there. There was nothing broken. So when I put the glue in there just to kind of seal it, it popped on very nicely. So, and that works sometimes. Sometimes though it doesn't, because sometimes it can actually cause the plastic to warp to where then when you try to put it back in, you have a gap because now that piece is bent out of place and now it won't go in there properly. So just be very careful when you're building your Ultimates. And of course, check back next week when I release probably one or two more What's the Formulas.